Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's starting 11 prediction time, and as Liverpool prepare to take on Torino at Anfield. My face might say that I'm pretty tired, but I am actually excited for the game tomorrow. I'm excited to get some sleep tonight as well. But we're here for the starting 11 prediction, and as such, I'm going to start with the goalkeeper, that man in bright yellow, the one that we all fell in love with against Napoli with his distribution, my words. The lad just dropping balls onto Mo Salah and stuff like that, easy as you like. Really excited to watch him play. I think some of the Aldarses in the Kop and around Anfield are going to not like a lot of what he does. Well, I thought it was really cool the way that they sort of integrated Alisson in with that back line, and you know, it's still all new, isn't it? You know, the full-backs, the centre-halves, they don't know what Alisson is planning, but what we can see is he's good on the ball and he makes decisions. I'm going to throw Trent Alexander-Arnold into this as the right-back, alongside Joe Gomez, because I want to see how those two work together if they're ever called upon at times this season. Obviously a young, inexperienced right-hand side of the defence. Good time to test it though in your last pre-season friendly with Virgil van Dijk and Andrew Robertson. And what I want to see out of this back five, right, is, you know, when these guys sort of split and the forwards come up with them, and I want to see Alisson ping the ball over to Trent, because I saw him do it to Kleiny the other day. I want to see Trent bring it down and just one touch, bang, straight up the line for Mo Salah, and then Mo Salah to score probably. I just feel like Trent's going to be such a weapon this season with Alisson there behind him, because, listen, I like Nathaniel Klein. I think he's a good defender, but he's not as good going forwards as Trent. His touch isn't quite as good. I think Robertson and Trent are going to have a lot of balls played into them from 30 yards from Alisson's feet and stuff, and that's why I kind of prefer Trent to be the right back this season. As far as midfield go, I'd mix it up this game personally. I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1, give or take. It's been 4-3-3 all summer, but so, you know, it can be 4-3-3, but it would be a staggered 4-3-3. And I'd play Shaqiri in the 10 after two great cameo performances. I'd like to see him played with close to the front three. I'm going to predict that it's Mo Salah, that it's Sadio Mane, and then I'm going to predict that it actually ends up being Daniel Sturridge. We saw that Keita, and we've seen that Keita's got a nice understanding with Sturridge. We also saw, I think, Shaqiri will have that understanding with Sturridge, and Salah and Mane. That's a pretty frightening front four. I'd maybe give Bobby just a few minutes towards the end of the game, because he has obviously played a lot of football this summer as well. Look to bring him back into the side for West Ham. That's my starting 11. What does everyone think of that one, Sire? Has anyone got any comments?
LBAF Gaming says, are we going to play a full-strength team this close to the start of the season?
I didn't think so, but then this is someone mentioned something on the build-up show, which will be out later on today, about how it's the last opportunity for the fans and a lot of youngsters and stuff to see the first team. Obviously, it's going to be 5 days. Liverpool play most of the time during the season, 2 games a week. You may as well get them started now. You may as well give the fans something. And I'm not saying you go 60, 70 minutes, but you could go 45 minutes if you wanted, and then bring another 45 in. It wouldn't surprise me if Jurgen plays a strong side. Wouldn't surprise me if he changed it up and this was the last hurrah for the likes of Curtis Jones, Rafa Camacho, Nat Phillips and those lads for at least a few weeks. Maybe they'll be called upon if injuries strike and stuff like that. But yeah, I do think it'll be quite strong, I do.
Joe Liverpool says, I really don't think Naby Keita will play in the defensive midfield role this season. Klopp has said he could learn to play there, so I don't think we will see it this season.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has mentioned him as the number 6 really. I think, you know, everybody that I speak to anyway, and I've not seen many people in the comments say that he's the 6. I think everybody knows he's a proper box-to-box midfielder, and he shows that attacking intent. He's very much more of a threat going forwards. He is so dynamic with the ball at his feet. He's got such an eye for a pass. I fully agree with you. Why would you play him in a defensive role? Got to stop at him for Fabinho. We know what Jordan Henderson can do in that position as well. I don't think anyone's thinking about Keita there. I think it's all about front foot with him. Get him up there, getting through balls in, get the ball out to the wings, slalom through, have a little shot, get a red card or two. That's Naby Keita's game in a nutshell.
So Sophie Denny said, I've got a 6-hour drive to come watch tomorrow, but it'll be 100% worth it. Hope you enjoy that, Sophie. And O-Dog says, Origi can score goals. We've seen that, and he's only 23. He's still got time to grow. I can see him being a useful backup next season. Maybe we should keep him.
Yeah, I think, funnily enough, we had this exact conversation on the news show earlier today, someone said, like, you've got to keep 2, sell 1 and loan 1. And I'd have kept Divock Origi around this season because I think he guarantees you more goals than Solanke and Ings does. I think Solanke's probably got a higher ceiling in this Liverpool side. But right now, I think Origi's just a little bit further on in his development. He'll score more goals. He scored 7 at Wolfsburg. We saw him score goals at Liverpool. 15-16, he was instrumental in getting us to the Europa League final. He misses a lot of opportunities, don't get me wrong, but so have the other lads that were played there last season in Ings and Solanke. Both good players. I think Origi just tends to score a few more goals, and you know what, when we're in a position where you're throwing a striker on with 20 minutes to go, maybe you're drawing the game, I think Origi's more of a danger man than maybe Solanke is right now. But long term, I think Solanke's a better fit for this side. I don't really see that Origi fits in long term, but if you want to make a title challenge, you've got to get goals from all over the pitch and that, and you know, and lads off the bench, and Origi's good for that. One more, say.
JP Press says, Chris, who do you think will start as DM for us this season? For me, it absolutely has to be Fabinho. Top 5 DMs in world football, but Henderson has that leader role going for him. Thoughts?
Yeah, I flip-flopped on it. I think there's going to be times when you see both of them, to be honest with you. I really like, everybody knows, I really like Jordan Henderson as a player. I really like Fabinho as a player. I think the majority of fans that I see on social media don't think Henderson are going to get a lot of games this season. I say if he's fit, he gets games. I'm talking, if he's fit for the whole season, I think he'll get 45, 50 games. Fabinho, you know, it's going to be so much rotation in the middle of that park there. There's going to be games that suit Fabinho. There's going to be games that suit Jordan Henderson. I think when we're under the cosh a little bit more, and maybe when we're in the Champions League, we might see a little bit more of Fabinho. Games where we're going to have the ball a lot more, I think we might see a little bit more of Jordan Henderson. But as such, you know, I've only basing that on Fabinho in pre-season. I'm obviously basing it on a few years of watching Jordan Henderson. Fabinho might be better than I think at passing the ball and distributing the ball and all that type of stuff. So, you don't know, it's early days, isn't it? But that's what I'm feeling at the moment. So, I feel they're both going to get game time, to be honest with you. Yeah, so there you go. That's been the Starting 11 prediction show for Liverpool versus Torino. I'll be back tomorrow with a new show. Paul will be back in tomorrow as well. We'll be recording the podcast. I've got another show lined up for the website. And then it's off to the Torino match we go. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Don't forget to check out the build-up show later on today. I'll see you on that.